It's time now for County-Wide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join Paul David and Brad Miller as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics that affect all our lives here in Yavapai County. And now, here's today's County-Wide.
Hey, welcome to the program. It is County-Wide. Brad Miller with you, and we're happy to welcome back into the studio Vanessa Ward. Vanessa's director of the Cottonwood Public Library, and hello to you.
Good morning.
Happy to have you here on this good-looking summer day, and summertime at the library is as busy, it sounds like, as any time. We're kind of chatting, getting ready for the show, and there's just so many things happening, winter, spring, summer, and fall at the library. But most recently, there's been a couple of grants kind of coming down the pipe for the library that's going to add some new services and whatnot. And then beyond that, there's just all kinds of great things. Young people have programs, old people have programs. Everybody in between has different kinds of programs and things to do at the Cottonwood Library and within the Yavapai Library Network. So we're going to talk about some of those today. First of all, is that right? A couple of grants that have kind of come your way?
Okay. We received two.
What are those about, and what's up? What are those going to do?
One of the grants is a Community Education Opportunities grant.
Okay.
We will be doing classes. It's geared towards the adults. There will be a GIMP workshop, which is a downloadable photo and image editing software program that is free. We'll be having Spanish, learning Spanish for adults, and we also have a learning Spanish for children. And we will have social media for small businesses and ESL class and how to plan your own trip.
It always strikes me that if you don't get to the library, you think, well, there's books in there. You know, and it's we're so many decades, I know, removed from that. But I just want to say that the Cottonwood Library and our system in this area, I think really do a very good job, you know, especially for the size of the system we have and the libraries that we have, in staying on the front edge of that. I mean, things just move so fast in this world these days.
Yes.
And being able to provide those kinds of services really has to take some time and effort and money, and that's where the grants come in for these programs, especially. But I just am curious if folks really kind of understand how good we have it, quite frankly. And that's just, I guess, one man's opinion. But the library system in our area really seems to kind of rise to the what's got to be a big challenge. So, okay, you threw out a couple of things. I want to come back and ask you a little bit about the GIMP workshop. Now, that's an acronym.
Yes.
Digital. Say that again for me.
It's a digital, downloadable photo and image editing software program that is free instead of getting like Adobe Photoshop, paying for that.
So what folks would come in with?
They'll come in, we're going to ask that they come in with like 5 images, and then we will have an instructor take them through the process on GIMP.
Okay. The idea is you can learn a skill.
Yes.
And do whatever to your photos, but also learn, how to do that. We kind of talk about this lifelong learning and the OLLI and those kinds of things. And it seems like that is as much of a focus among maybe all public libraries or good public libraries, but certainly at Cottonwood, there's just always that kind of happening, that idea of continuing education.
Right.
Tell me about how that...
Well, we've got a partnership with OLLI for some of the courses. I also have Gail Basham will be doing the ESL classes, and Cindy Ricca will be doing the social media for business. The other adult classes and the Spanish class are all with OLLI facilitators.
Okay. OLLI's the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute.
Yes.
We've had folks on this program from representing them before and kind of explain. I'm slowing you down on getting all of these acronyms so everybody knows what's going on. Vanessa talks like a librarian. Listen to her go. Let numbers and letters and words just come flying out of there. But here again, I guess it's really, it shows that there's a very broad opportunity for a very broad spectrum of folks in our community to come in and find just, whether it's just personal enrichment or really you want to maybe apply this to a job skill.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's very much by design. Now these are going on now or coming up, or?
All of the classes, everything will be starting in September. The GIMP class actually will be first session. We're going to do 3 weeks of that. It's a 3-day grouping, and that starts September 10th. We will have sign-ups for all of our workshops at our reference desk. Because space will be limited for some of the courses. I just lost my train.
That's okay. Space is limited. That reminds me of something here again you were kind of chatting with me about a minute ago that we should share with our listeners, that it's a busy place at the Cottonwood.
Yes, and with this grant, we're getting laptops and making an upstairs office, which was formerly an office, a small computer class, and it can only hold 8. We have another meeting room that we will be doing some of the classes in that can hold 25.
Okay. Because the demand is there. I mean, there's that many people that want to kind of take part in these programs.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've got to kind of match up with that. September 10th also is kind of a significant date.
Yes.
You want to share that with us?
We will have Secretary of State Ken Bennett at our library at 2 o'clock, where we will also do our little grand opening view. We're making that into the teen area, teen and tweens, called the Hideaway.
Okay.
So we will have everything in place, and you can stop in and see what we will have to offer.
Sure. When we talk about the library, and here again, I hope that everybody in the community's had a chance to get over there and take part in some of the what there is to offer. But for those who haven't, there was a pretty significant expansion of. I'm talking about the actual library building itself now. How many square feet under roof do we have over there? Do you know offhand? A lot. I can say that just by driving by. But
no.
We're a few years now from that pretty significant expansion that added a lot, and still it seems like there's still going to be tremendous demand, even though.
Right, we have moved things around in there so many times trying to find an extra inch.
Right.
So this is our last little recourse, I guess, to get this going.
Yeah. This I want to go back to some of the grants and some of the other things that are coming, those things that really sound interesting to me. I'm going to take a deep breath and then say, the Digital Literacy Initiative for Cottonwood Youth, Lego Mindstorms Education Software. That's a mouthful. Now talk to me about, I see Lego and I get excited because yes, I'm one of those nerds.
Well, the Digital Literacy Initiative grant was done by our Youth Services clerk, Liz Guerra.
Okay.
One of the courses will be the Lego Mindstorms, where you can do Lego robots. Staff will be teaching that, which introduces engineering and technology concepts.
Okay, now you're saying words that are going to get 10-year-olds across the valley excited. Lego, robots,
yes.
Those kinds of things. That's just what it sounds like. The Lego bricks and toys and all that have gotten extraordinarily sophisticated for anybody who hasn't seen them on TV or what have you. And even here on our program, it's been a little while. We had some Verde Valley, the Verde Valley Robotics team was in here a couple, 3 years ago. And I was just blown away, frankly, by what, these are young people. These happen to be a group mostly of young people, can do with Lego toys now. Basically, that's the foundation for this, and they make them into things that can actually be actual serviceable robotics. That's what this is?
That's what this is.
To build on that kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
And Liz did all the research for it. We're hoping to get some of the schools involved to maybe get classes in. That is something that we can probably use our whole upstairs area for, so we'll have more room for kids. And
well, see, there's your solution right there, Vanessa. You get some robots built. They can put away books. They can help you out over there. Some of your space issues and your
answer a reference question. Sure.
It's not far from being able to do that.
It's not. It's a technical world right now. Technology is it.
Let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have more with Vanessa Ward. Cottonwood Public Library, there is a lot happening over there. I like the Lego Mindstorms education software. You say Mindstorm, and you think kind of about the library itself, because that's what it's about. We'll take a short break and back to Countywide after this.
Here in northern Arizona and throughout Yavapai County, people count on Orkin Pest Control. With over 100 years of combined experience, nobody knows how to protect your home or your business from harmful or annoying pests like the Orkin Man. To start service, contact your northern Arizona Orkin Pest Control. In the Verde Valley, call 567-5100 or Orkin Pest Control in the Prescott area at 775-8772.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt.
Welcome back to the program. Again, it's County-wide. Brad Miller with you today, and our guest is Vanessa Ward, Cottonwood Public Library, talking about just some of the things that are going on this summer, because that's where we are right now, but all year round. A tremendous resource. It is more than just checking out books, I'll tell you. If you haven't visited or any within the Yavapai network, we encourage you to do that. A resource that is in most of our bigger communities around Yavapai County in northern Arizona. Take advantage. Find out what they have to offer. There's something for everybody at the library. You can't be bored. You cannot be bored yet at the library. You got to be quiet.
You should not be.
You got to be quiet, but you can't.
And we're not as quiet as we used to be.
There's too much happening to do that. One of the other things that you mentioned a few minutes ago, and here again, I think young people especially might get kind of excited about this, is video game design. Oh boy.
Yes.
Tell me a little about that.
There's a partnership with the Yavapai College VGD instructors. Okay. That's a mouthful. And the workshop is based on the first half of a course that Yavapai College offers called VGD 121.
Okay.
So by the end of the class, they'll have a finished product to take home, introduces programming and digital literacy concepts.
Okay. So the idea is something, is the hook video games, a lot of kids, younger kids particularly, I think.
Yes.
Well, adults too. It's a big,
there are some,
yeah, Paul David's in the other room saying, hey, what about me? Because he's very much into those kinds of things. And it is an art form. It's certainly its own entertainment form. Talking about video games. It's a time killer. You know, it can be that, or it can be very instructional. Some of them are used in classrooms these days. But so this, you say they'll have something they can take home. Is this? I mean, I got to assume this is introductory, and to get something that would be like a marketable product would take years and years and years.
Of course.
Money and development and all that.
First half of one of their courses.
So like a lot of 101s, this would be something to get your sleeves rolled up and
get you interested.
Dip a toe in, as they say, and figure from there. Short filmmaking, graphic design, all of these kinds of things will be offered as well.
Yes.
This will be on a similar scale, kind of introductory.
Yes.
Okay. And these are for young and old? I mean, these
are directed to the teens.
To the teens.
Teens and tweens.
Okay. To find out, I guess, anything more, the library number is 634-7559. Is that the number to call if I have questions about anything that we're talking about today? Okay. We also wanted to, I'll do a little plug. You've got a staff of about a dozen or so. But there's volunteers that really make it hum, and I'll bet you can
We're always in need of more volunteers, especially right now with the summer reading program going on. There are a lot of crafts to be made and set up for that, and programming. So,
what do I need to have to be a volunteer? What kind of skills?
You need to just want to be with the kids if that's where you're happy at, or you can be in the adult area if computer literacy is a big help.
Okay. And these will be 12-hour days for me, right?
No, you can work. Some people, our shelf readers, work 2-hour shifts.
Okay.
Most people work a 3-hour shift otherwise.
Okay, well, that seems manageable for a lot of folks. 634-7559, you mentioned extension 103.
103 would be Krista for volunteers.
Okay, so there you go. For volunteers, 634-7559, 103 is the extension. If you've got a few extra hours a week to spend, perhaps spend them with young people, getting involved in some of these different kinds of programs. Talk to me a little bit, if you would, about the network. I've mentioned it a few times, and maybe we should explore that a little bit. I just thought it was the greatest thing in the world. I live over in Clarkdale. I can order a book that'll come either from your library, perhaps from Chino Valley, perhaps from Embry-Riddle, almost any library within Yavapai County, and I can get it delivered in a day or two's time, typically, to the Clarkdale Library, and I can just go pick it up right down the street.
Yes.
I thought that was the greatest thing since sliced bread when I finally found out about it years after it had been put into place. But there's a lot of folks that take advantage or take part in that.
Yes.
Talk to me a little about how the network works.
The network, we are all of Yavapai County libraries. We actually, through another grant that the Yavapai Library Network Manager got, we're adding Mayor Unified School District.
Okay.
And Mayor, they're joining us. So at Texas will be over 40 libraries.
Yeah.
That you can look at. You have a home library and have your items sent there. Unless there's a hold, like you said, it is only 1 or 2 days. Yeah. We have a courier that picks up tubs of books.
Yeah.
Tubs of books.
I was going to say, it's got to be a big truck that does this hauling.
Yes, and every night, and we get them. We have new ones there when we come in first thing in the morning. So usually by 10 o'clock, we've gotten our holds done. So you can get email.
It's really incredible. I mean, with your library card, that's your ticket, to all of this. But that network is something. In the number of years now since I've personally kind of been using that. Only one time did I look for a book that just wasn't anywhere in the system, and I can't remember what it was offhand, but it was older and out of print. And I thought, well, maybe somebody has it. But other than that, I've ordered, I don't know if 100, but certainly dozens of just things that I'll read a list of this year's great reads or some of the classics or what have you, and unless they're checked out and someone else is reading them, maybe the newer titles, that'll happen a little bit more often. But within a day or two, there it is.
Right.
And then when you're done, you return it to your own library, and they'll send it back to the branch it came from.
You can return it, yes, at any library.
It's great.
And also, as far as what we were saying about books not in the system, we do have what we call an interlibrary loan.
Okay.
System, which is a form that you can fill out online or a paper form that you can fill out at the reference desk, and we'll go outside of our network to look for those books for you.
Really?
Yes, and you just pay postage.
Oh. Note to self.
Yes.
And all this
they have to be older than 6 months old.
Okay, sure.
The book itself.
Okay,
but
okay.
Yes, you're just charged the postage.
And maybe the best thing about this is it's all a terrific online interface. You
Yes.
can go and type in a title or an author, and then up it'll pop. And then, kind of find, what you want, maybe put a hold on it or what have you. But it's just extraordinary how accessible that is. It seems to me that that's going to just kind of foster reading and library use, just that ease, because we're used to going online and finding everything now.
Right, true.
And it just seems like this is the way to actually get people to become involved. My kids have used it. I mean, so there you go. I want to, we need to take another break, so let's do that. I have another question about the magazine program. I can get access to
Zenio, yes.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that when we come back. All right, libraries make Brad excited. It's a lot of fun, and Vanessa Ward's our guest today, and she's telling us about some of the exciting things at the Cottonwood Public Library. We'll break and come back to Countywide right after this.
Here in northern Arizona and throughout Yavapai County, people count on Orkin Pest Control. With over 100 years of combined experience, nobody knows how to protect your home or your business from harmful or annoying pests like the Orkin Man. To start service, contact your Northern Arizona Orkin Pest Control. In the Verde Valley, call 567-5100 or Orkin Pest Control in the Prescott area at 775-8772.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Welcome back to the program. It is Countywide. Vanessa Ward in the Cottonwood Public Library. Wanted to mention real quick, the guys shot in that it's not just books. Music CDs, DVDs, on and on. There's a lot of materials that can be gathered through the network or coming over to the library itself. So don't forget about that. We're going to talk about magazine access here in a second, but you wanted to mention something else about the grants.
Right, with the grants there will be Toon Boom animated storytelling for the teens and tweens and digital photography.
Okay.
These projects were supported with funds granted by the Arizona State Library Archives and Public Records Agency, which is a division of the Secretary of State, under the Library Services and Technology Act, which is administered by the Institute of Museum and Library Services.
Okay.
That's how we got it.
That's all right. That sounds like a disclaimer. All right. Well, credit where credit's due.
Right.
So
exactly.
there's certainly nothing wrong with that. And Secretary of State Bennett will be in town on September 10th, I think he said.
Yes.
And that's terrific. I'm glad. I'm sure we're all happy that someone's in there swinging and trying to help get this information and these opportunities out to the libraries and to the public. Zenio. Why can't I say this correctly? Zenio is a program, or how does this work?
It is a database that the library now has where you can download magazines. There are over 180 magazines that you can download to where you have a subscription that you receive it on any electronic device.
Pull out my smartphone and I can get
smartphone,
whatever.
e-readers, tablets, anything that has internet access.
No kidding.
All you need to do is go to our webpage. You have to have a library card.
Sure.
And sign up, and you need the library card and a PIN number, which should be the last 4 digits of your phone number.
Okay.
And they're free.
Wow. I didn't think there were 180 magazines left in the world.
Over 180, yes.
No fooling. Okay, one more thing to check out. Vanessa, we've talked for half an hour now, and I know that there's things we didn't even get to just for here. Facebook for Business, how to plan your own trip, and so on. You mentioned the ESL, but just a wealth of information and opportunity at the library. And I guess maybe that would be the message we'd like to give folks for the takeaway today, is that you might just be kind of pondering different things at home. How do I do this, or what? Or looking for a hobby, looking for some kind of an interest, something for the kids to do. Library seems to have a lot of answers to me.
We are doing our best. We actually had done a survey to see what people wanted, and what kind of workshops. That was how I originated with the community education ones.
That's what drives what we're doing now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that makes sense. Ask the people.
Yes.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. I know you got plenty of work to do today, so I'm going to let you get back over there.
Thank you
and
for
take care of
having
business,
me.
Vanessa. Very good. Thank you very much, Vanessa Ward, Director of the Cottonwood Public Library. It's Countywide. We'll see you next time.
This has been Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Listen in each Tuesday and Thursday as we tackle the hot topics and talk to the decision makers across Yavapai County. That's Countywide with Brad Miller and Paul David each Tuesday and Thursday on this Yavapai Broadcasting station.